Hello everybody, it is Barb Techel, and I have some animal wisdom and oracle guidance for you this week. Though it's really from the animal realm, I decided to pull 3 cards from my Animal Reflections Healing Oracle for the week of November 24th, which, if you are in the United States, we do have the holiday of Thanksgiving coming up, which had a big influence on the questions that I asked for all of us. So, the first question that I worked with to help us all as a collective is, what can we be grateful for regarding our collective past? And the card that presented itself was Nuthatch and Perspective. And perspective, sorry, I just see there's a wasp on my window. Perspective has really helped shape where we are today, right? In the here and now, which is going to be the next question. But what can we be grateful for regarding our collective past? So the things that we learned in the past have helped shape our perspective, given us new perspective so we can move forward. And I love nuthatch. I love to watch them, go down the tree, and they're always upside down. And sometimes, when we look at the past, we now realize, at during that time when things were hard, it may have felt that we were literally like upside down, and we couldn't see our way out or see our way through. There were times of uncertainty there too, just like there is today. But when we look back, we do have perspective that helped carry us forward. So to be grateful for those times that we've been able to shift our perspective, that has helped us to heal in some way, or has helped us to take a step forward, gave us courage to take a step forward. So I think perspective is such a great word, and it's such a great opportunity when we feel stuck, is to look at how can I change my view of something that I'm feeling really challenged by. And when we look to the past, when we're caught up in it, we can't always see it. But when we look back, that's when we can see, we understand why we went through the things that we went through. And their perspective, of course, is much clearer than when you're in the middle of it. So bringing perspective into the here and now, and taking that with us throughout our life, I think is so very important. So the next question I worked with is, what can we be grateful for in the here and now, in the present moment? And I really, really like this message. It's from Iguana, and the word on here is simplify. And as you can see on this card, Iguana is balancing one foot on a piece of fruit, which is a little more solid, and the other foot is balanced on a leaf. So how can we be grateful for the here and now, in the present moment? And the word simplify just really makes me think of, as we move forward, and I've heard many spiritual teachers say this, which I do agree with, is as we're moving into this new earth, this new world, and we're taking the perspective of the past with us in the present and into the new world. And I think about simplify. I think about what some of these spiritual teachers have said, in not taking this heavy baggage with us anymore. And a lot of that is emotional baggage, ancestral baggage. It's really time to let go of that. And as we do that inner work and we're letting go of that, it does make our lives feel simpler and easier in many respects. It doesn't feel so very heavy. And with the iguana balancing on the more solid piece of fruit and then the light leaf, that can feel a little, like you're not quite able to get your balance. But simplify and being in the present moment is working with what is here and now, trusting that it's here for a reason. It's asking to be looked at and asking to be acknowledged, and there is opportunity in that as well. And that is the gift of the present, is just being with what's here now and what is calling to our attention and asking to be heard and acknowledged and seen. And again, when we do that work, it makes our lives feel simpler and so much lighter and so much freer. So the last question I asked is, where is this grateful path leading us? So we understand perspective from our past. We understand that being what's in the moment and working with that and acknowledging that will help us to live simpler lives, easier, lighter, freer lives. Where is this grateful path leading to us? And I know I pulled this card last week for the reading also, for the animal guide, which is Salmon and Destiny. And I really think that this card is helping us to be grateful that everything serves a purpose. And when you, again, like I said last week, the salmon, either it will, when it goes upstream to lay its eggs, either it's going to have the opportunity to lay its eggs, or it's going to provide sustenance for the hungry bear. But nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Whether, I know some of us would feel like, oh no, the bear ate the fish, but the bear has to survive as well, right? So again, like our life, nothing is wasted. The difficult times from the past that brought us perspective, that wasn't wasted. That helped us to evolve and move forward. And then again, simplify brings us into that present moment to acknowledge what's here, heal what needs to be healing that comes up to be acknowledged and seen, and then remembering as we continue along our grateful path that nothing is wasted. It all serves a purpose. It all helps us to grow and evolve, and that's what we're here for. We're, as human beings, spiritual beings having this human experience. We came here to experience all these emotions. And I don't say that lightly, because there have been times where I have said, I don't want to feel this, I don't want to deal with this, but yet it's always a calling to heal something that's crying out from within us, that wants to be seen and heard and just wants to be loved So wishing all of you who do celebrate Thanksgiving a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I have many, many blessings myself to be so very grateful for. And one of them is all of you that take the time to listen to these videos, and that you leave comments, and that you're part of my community here on Substack. I'm so glad that you're here. So I hope you enjoy the week and the holiday weekend. And I will see you December 1st. We are moving into December. It's so hard to believe how fast this year has gone. So take good care, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye.